Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to the second episode of our top 5 series, in which we are going to look at my top 5 premium planes for the Germans. And they are some badass planes in there. Let's get into them. At number 5 we have the Focke-Wulf 189 A-1 Uhu. Originally, in reality, a recon plane with not many options except a magnificent view from the plane from all directions. A lot of glass in the cockpit for that reason. In the game, though, the plane is a little bit more versatile. It is in the bomber. You can bomb a little bit with it. You have a bomber spawn in the plane, and you have two 7.92mm machine guns with which you can have a lot of fun. It is a rank 1 plane with a 1.7 battle rating. It is an event plane in which you could get it, and it is now and then available. If you do get the opportunity, I would definitely advise you to get it. It is a plane that is very fun in the vertical, and you can definitely use it as a fighter. It is very maneuverable in the vertical with vertical loops, and the fantastic stall speed guarantees fun and shenanigans in the vertical with stall maneuvers. Absolutely fantastic. It has an 85 kilometers an hour stall speed, which makes this plane fantastic in that department. Now, the rest of the performance is not particularly fantastic, but it is so much fun, and you start at such a nice altitude that it is very nice to fly this plane. It rips easily though in fast dives, but it has an air start, so it is fun, and that is what the main thing is in this plane. It has 500 rounds on its two 7.92mm machine guns, and they are definitely effective at this 1.7 battle rating. The up tiers can be a little bit hard, but all in all, it's fun. At number 4 we have the BF 109Z, otherwise known as the Schwilling, sitting at rank 4 at a 4.7 battle rating, both in realistic battle and arcade. Now, she's really been recently added. It's in this last patch 1.79. It is a bundle plane, and it costs 29.99, let's say 30 euros at the moment, and you can still get it. It is available, and this plane really surprised me with the F82 in mind, the Mustang, the twin Mustang. I was really looking forward to this plane when it came out. She is a fantastic energy fighter that can also boom and zoom, although the control stiffening in the roll rate and stuff like that makes it pretty difficult earlier on than the usual 109s to get guns on target, and that's also immediately the main problem of this plane. It has 65 rounds in all 4 of its 30mm guns, and that is fantastic firepower, but it is 30mm gun, so there's a high drop off, and you really gotta get used to the aim, and you do have to make sure that your runs and your aims, your shots are on target, and you get the enemy when you get them, when you have the opportunity. Otherwise, it is difficult to get a high kill score in this plane. The plane has a good climb rate and performance. The acceleration and the energy retention are very nice, and it is fast at altitude, especially in a dive. It's also quite fast, and it is really nice. The low roll rate, especially in fast dives, are a downside to the plane, and the handling when slow is an absolute downside. It becomes very sluggish. You got to keep it fast, and yeah, you'll be good then. Make sure to shoot at short distances, and this plane can be magnificent as an energy fighter at high altitudes. At number 3 it has to be the Focke-Wulf 190 D13 for me, the Dora, sitting in rank 4 with a 5.3 battle rating in realistic and a 5.7 battle rating in arcade. This is also a bundle plane that is still available for 30 euros in the Gaijin store, and definitely a plane that is worth taking a look at if you like boom and zooming. The main role of this plane is boom and zooming, with a little bit of energy fighting available to you as well. The plane's main strength is a fantastic roll rate and dive speed and handling that is absolutely fantastic, which you can have a lot of fun. I quite like that when a plane is good in a dive and the handling and the rolling is good. A good rolling plane gains you a lot of fun in the defensive flying when you get somebody on your 6, and that can be great fun in the D13. You gotta keep it fast, you gotta make sure that you don't pull too many shenanigans in this plane. You don't want to turn in this plane preferably. Just roll, keep the plane fast if you have to escape. You can, you have the speed to escape a lot of planes in a dive in this thing. And the plane has 3 fantastic MG 151 cannons of a German make, and they have devastating firepower. The ammo load is also great with 250 rounds per gun, which is absolutely great. And yeah, I quite like the Doras. I like all 3 of them, but of course this one guarantees you a lot of good results in the Silver Lions department and stuff like that, because it is premium just like all these other planes. It gives a little bit more rewards than the planes in the regular tree. And then at number 2, the Jak-1 for the Germans, a captured plane at rank 2, sitting at 3.0 battle rating in realistic battle and 3.3 in arcade. Fantastic plane in both modes. 1,000 golden eagles, you can buy it. It is, as far as I know, still available. If it's not, if it has been removed in the recent past, let me know, but I believe it's still available. This is a Russian jack of all trades, a plane that not really excels at any of the three roles. It is not spectacular as a boom and zoomer because it is not really fast in a dive, and it does stiffen up at a certain point, getting the risk to rip off some wings. So you got to be careful in the long dives. It is also not a fantastic energy fighter. The climb rate is pretty good up until 3000 meters, so above that it becomes less and less of an energy fighter. It can still do pretty well at mid to low altitudes in that role, but it is not specialized in that role. Also, as a turn fighter, it is not a specialized plane. The turn rate and the maneuverability is alright, decent, but it is not a dedicated turn fighter as some planes are. And thus it makes it a plane that is really fun to fly because it can easily transition between those 3 roles if you take into account the weak points in all of those 3 roles of this plane. Like when you're in a dive, you're careful to pull out in time and stuff like that. The maneuverability is nice, decent firepower on the plane with 120 rounds in its 20mm Schwach cannon. It also has a 12mm machine gun with 200 rounds, and the combined firepower of that is quite nice. It is not too fast, but it's fun, and you can pull a lot of nice shenanigans in this plane. This really is a solid, stable platform for your guns, and I really like this plane. This is very close to my favorite German premium. Just like the other planes, just as all of them, you can find a link in the description to the full review I have of this plane on my channel to see whether or not you like this plane enough to buy it. But at 1,000 golden eagles, this plane is an absolute killer. Although sometimes you also get shot down, of course. And we are getting to number 1. And it may not surprise you, but at number 1 I have, of course, the BF 109 G2 sitting at rank 3 with a 4.3 battle rating in realistic and 5.0 in arcade. This used to be a bundle plane in the past. I'm not exactly sure if this bundle is still available right now. But if it is, you definitely have to get this plane. This is my absolute favorite German premium plane, a fantastic energy fighter that can also boom and zoom very well. You have gun pod options in the plane, especially in arcade. This could be nice, although personally I prefer to use it without the gun pods to get the extra performance. But I've heard from specialized AB players that with gun pods it can also be fantastic in arcade. In realistic though, the performance is much more important, especially against these Spitfires. And if you take the gun pods with you, you are in danger of giving away too much of your performance to be able to compete in the long run. So, but the gun in the nose is great with 200 rounds for the gun, with the MG 151 being devastating. Combined with some machine guns, it is absolutely fantastic. The plane is great in the vertical, excellent climb rate, a great energy retention, and the plane is decently fast, good in a dive. It is an absolute gorgeous plane and it is fun to fly. Guys, like all these planes, you can find a link in the description to the full review of this plane. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed my top 5. Do let me know what your top 5 is in the comments below. And I hope this helps you a little bit in your choice to buy a premium. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.